Hey guys, so I just thought I would show you with my daughter in our Osprey Poco, our setup for how I'm gonna be gardening today. And it's really a perfect topic because I feel like it can't just be applied to gardening when it comes to parenthood. There are just so many things, especially when you're adjusting to newborn and then infant and then toddler stage. For that context, if it's the first time watching one of my videos, my daughter is almost 17 months. So yeah, and this is my first and only right now. So, oh yeah, that's where I'm coming from. Not too much experience, but enough by now. And trying to just get anything done, not just gardening, but you name it, laundry, dishes, what have you. It really can set you up for, like, just having those experiences can set you up for understanding what it takes, especially if you have what is fondly called, at least what I've been told, is a Velcro baby. And that is certainly, I would say, my daughter, lovingly. It is, you know, it's, I guess it's a term that's given to kids, little kids, right? Who are just a little clingy, but I don't even really want to use that term. Sorry if I'm swaying a little bit, is to just keep her happy. But I don't even really like that term because also, like, when kids are really little, when they're newborn, infants, and toddlers, they're supposed to want to be close to their primary caregivers. So, you know, it is what it is. Some days are better, some days are worse. And if you're a parent, you get that. But yeah, that is not the topic today. The topic is how I am starting our garden and how I'm getting anything in the garden done when you have a toddler, when you have, I mean, there's one thing, like, there's certain, I shouldn't even say problems, there's certain restrictions and issues with having a newborn and an infant. And then when they start moving, and then when they start walking, you just, if you're a parent, you know, you just get a lot more, there's just more things. You just have to pivot, right? You just have to pivot. That's one of the beautiful things about parenthood, is that they keep you on your toes and you have to learn along with them. And that is part of this beautiful journey. So anyway, you can see my daughter peeking out there. But anyway, I'm gonna show you guys, if you can see here, we use this Osprey Poco for everything. A lot of hiking, even walks around the neighborhood, walks with our dog, and today getting stuff done in the garden. Now, this is just, like I said, perfect because I was actually trying to clear a bunch of brush. We cleared a bunch of lilac that had overgrown. We cleared some trees, like the really small that we're replacing with fruit trees and native trees. So we cleared some of that, and they've just been in really big piles in our backyard. So I was trying to clear some today with my daughter, and you know, most of the time she can kind of play for a few minutes, and I don't know if, you know, maybe her nap was a little shorter than usual. She always naps in the wrap with me. That's how all of her naps have always been, contact naps. And she just wasn't really having it this afternoon, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. This is the perfect topic to talk about. So yeah, so basically we came inside, I changed her diaper, gave her some shake and some water and some food, and we're gonna try and do this again. And I'm just gonna show you guys like what that looks like for us. Again, it's like, I don't know if I said the model, but this is the Osprey Poco, and I can show you guys what this is. It's just used for hiking. I would say, like, it's made for hiking, but it can be used for anything. So yeah, it's just been our lifesaver. I feel like I could talk for hours about the amazing features of the Osprey Poco, so maybe that could be a different video, but there's my daughter in the back. But it's just baby wearing in general. Again, I could make a million videos about it, and how much it saved me is postpartum. Again, I'm 17 months postpartum almost, but I think you're really postpartum forever. If you're a mother, you get that. But yeah, I can't say enough good things about the Osprey Poco. But yeah, I'm gonna shush now and kind of show you guys where we're at in the garden. And yes, ma'am, and how this works for us. Guys, we are here on our patio with our green stock garden, and I'm gonna show you in the back. Wow. A ton of our plant starts that we're still hardening off. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, we have less than 2 weeks until our last frost date. So our tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants have not gone in yet, as well as our basils, you know, our warm weather season crops. But We do have some seeds. Like I mentioned in another video, we have some carrots, beets, lettuce, kale, spinach, some perennial kale, some perennial hardy vegetables as well, and then some native plants that we're also gonna be planting. But everything that we are putting in the ground can be put in the ground right now. We actually did have a few flurries last night, which is not uncommon for this area. But yeah, as you guys can see, like I showed you inside, this is just how we are getting some stuff done right now, is wearing the Osprey Poco. My daughter is far more content in it than, you know, me trying to, you know, she's a walker right now, me trying to hold her hand and her chasing after me, wanting to show me a new stick or getting upset because she wants to be held, which is totally normal and totally natural for that age. So it's, you know, it can be, again, if you're a parent, especially a stay-at-home parent, especially a single parent, basically if you're a parent and you are trying to get things done with a little who is just, you know, demanding a lot of your attention, and maybe you don't have a lot of help and whatnot. Like we're really lucky, very fortunate that my husband's parents come up for a few days once a month to hang out with us and their granddaughter. But, you know, we don't have parents living next door. We have so many wonderful friends in this community, but, you know, they're busy with their own kids, they're busy with their own lives. And especially for me, not wanting to just, you know, you know, I've never been a stay-at-home mom before, and it's been hard for me to adjust. I feel like I'm finally getting better now that we're kind of over the first year hump, and I feel like that's a lot of first-time parents too. You know, your life is changed drastically, beautifully, but also, you know, it's just different. So you're adjusting to trying to do things where you used to do them yourself, and now you are caring for this being who is very, very reliant on you for the first few years. Yes, ma'am. So yeah, we were trying to garden. Here, I'm gonna go down into the garden and show you guys. So we were trying to garden, and I had a bunch of toys for her that I keep just for the garden out here, and they were working, you know, they've done really fine. Here's our garden. Right now, this is just the first year, so we are doing raised beds because it was kind of the quickest, as opposed to what we've usually done in our garden. We do a lot of soil building with free wood chips for years, but this year, especially with me being a stay-at-home mom, my husband working 2 jobs, we just saved up the last couple years for a raised bed garden and the soil and whatnot, and we just wanted kind of like, okay, we want to plant a lot of food now. We haven't had a garden for years, and we both were really missing it. It was really hard on us not having a garden. But anyway, this is the brush pile I was talking about right there. Not too big, but I'm trying to move it actually under this tree. So not too far, right? Not too far at all. But it was enough, you know, turmoil for my daughter. And she wanted to be held, which again is okay. It gets frustrating. I think I had a 60-second meltdown, and then I was like, okay, we'll just throw her in the backpack and see how she does. And you just pivot, right? You just pivot until you find something that works, or you take a break, get a snack, you know. But yeah, oh, here's our cool soil pile. But yeah, so basically, like I said up there, the Osprey Poco, as you can see, she's very content. She's not running around upset. It has really helped us. So I guess my number one recommendation would be baby wearing, for sure. Baby wearing, depending on your age. Babies can go in a back carrier at 6 months, I believe. That's when we started with her. We have a front, the Ergo Baby 360, the tan. I use that front and back for her. I still use it with her for her contact naps. This one is just a little more, her head isn't as stabilized as when she's on my front. So her falling asleep in here for a really long nap isn't the best. But she'll fall asleep if we're like on a hike and we're going one area, but if I'm like one direction. But if she's in here in the house and I have to make turns because I'm like doing chores or something, her head really falls back and forth. So it's not the best for naps inside where you're turning a lot, because then they're like, but yeah, so baby wearing would be my number one recommendation. You know, if they're, you know, small and she wants me to move. So baby wearing would be my number one. And then number two, having toys that you save just for the garden. You know, I have a bucket. It's like kind of beach toys, so I'm gonna be using them with her when we go to the beach as well. But there's like a bucket and shovel, so, you know, giving them like a chore, like, oh hey, can you pick up this stick and like put it over there? Good job, sweetie. Oh, the other thing I also wanted to mention is, especially if they're small and they're kind of crawling and you maybe your space isn't set up safely just yet, is pack and plays. Pack and plays, we've that's worked for her before, especially on a sunny day. We'll put it, yes baby, we'll put it under that tree. I know, I'm almost done, baby. We'll put it under that tree. And so pack and plays, and then yeah, like I kind of said, putting up a gate and making an area that's safe for them, so where you can do something and not have to worry. And then, you know, last recommendation too, like, you know, having a friend. I guess my last recommendation, now that I'm really thinking about it, is save the really, really difficult tasks for when you do have assistance, right? When your partner or your neighbor or family or friends are around, like, you know, if you really, really need to get that done, you know, try to plan for when you are going to have help and be like, okay, I'm going to do this, and this person's going to, you know, help me when I have time. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for being here. And if you are trying to garden with a little one, I wish you all the luck. Okay, I hope you guys have a beautiful day wherever you are, however you are. Bye. Okay, so you guys saw that little clip. We are now inside. Yes, we are. I could have never gotten that done if we hadn't have baby worn, if I hadn't have worn the backpack. Like, there's no way I would have been able to move like a third of that pile looking out my window. There's no way. I wanted to add another tip. I don't know if you could see it in the time lapse or if it went by too fast, but you know, like handing them, oh, thank you. She's handing me some sunscreen, like handing them little things. Like I just kept handing her dandelion flowers. Like I'm handing her the sunscreen now, like, you know, giving them little things to do. They just want to be involved, you know, just like we do. And so I think it really comes down to that. I think, you know, last first time mama tip, you know, especially if you were in the throes of like newborn and infant stage like I was. It feels like it was just yesterday, and in some ways it was, but you know, try not to compare what you could do before and what you can do now. Okay, trust me, try not to, but just finding out ways to involve them, you know, because like I said, like, so would we, you know, we want to be acknowledged as adults, right? Like that's all they want. So, and it doesn't even have to do about gardening, you know, just gardening, but like, you know, my daughter, you know, it doesn't always work out, you know, and chores take longer with littles, but that's just the season of life. And everyone says that, right? But it's so true. It's just the season of life we're in, and involving them, giving them little tasks to do alongside you, is going to set them up not only to just, you know, be a better, oh, thank you, she's handing me a lot of sunscreen, be a good, well-rounded individual, but, you know, just showing that, there you go, sweetie, showing that you want them involved in your life. And like I said, sometimes it doesn't always work out, and that's okay. And sometimes we have to do things without them, and that's okay too. But sometimes we have to get things done, and they're there, and we got to figure out a way. And so that's why I wanted to make this video, because it's real life. And I've said that in a lot of my videos, but that's why my daughter is right alongside me. Like, I've mentioned this before, and this is no shade to, you know, to other people, but like, I don't understand how a lot of people have like a ton of kids and then put out like a video every day. I'm like, oh my God, how many nannies do you have? You know, or again, maybe all their kids are grown. But my girl's right alongside me. There's and I, you know, I really wanted to start this channel to show, to show real life. And I've had a few people comment and message and say that they appreciate that. So I guess, yeah, that's another reason I wanted to make this video, because it's so wonderful to see gardening really increasing in popularity, because I don't know about y'all, but I'm definitely someone who has 1,400 million, that's not a number, I know, hobbies, and I flipped from each one back and forth, but gardening for me the last 7-8 years has just been always a keystone in my list of things that make me happy and things that I want to continuously get better at through practice and failure, which is never really failure, right? It's just, practice. But anyway, that's all I have to say today. Hi, baby. We're going to go attempt to make dinner. And guess what? She might have to go in the wrap for that too. But I could also make another video about how much I love our standing tower, which if you have a, stander or walker, like a toddler who's doing that, can't recommend a standing tower enough. But that's for another video. This has probably gone on long enough. But that's also how I get a lot of stuff done in the kitchen, is a standing tower. Can't recommend it enough. Totally worth the money. But okay, that's it for today, and I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And if you have any tips also, oh my gosh, I don't know why I didn't say this sooner in the video. If you have any tips that have worked for you and your family, please let me know in the comments below so we can share, and other moms and fathers and parents and caregivers in general can we can get some stuff done while caring, right? Okay, that's my cue, guys.